Today we're going to try out one of my favorite tractors, the John Deere 420. This was a tractor they made from 1983 to 1991. This one's an earlier model with the B48 Onan 20 horsepower opposed twin engine in it. Okay, here's some of the reasons why this the John Deere 420 is my favorite garden tractor that John Deere made. Of course, the smooth running and powerful Onan engine, you know, an opposed twin cylinder engine, runs really smooth, just purrs away, makes tons of power. Solid drive shaft from the engine back to the transmission, you know, no belts or anything in there, so that's a good setup. Puts more power to the rear wheels. You got power steering, shaft driven attachments like this 60-inch deck, large tires. These rear tires are 26-inch tires, live hydraulics. This one's got 3 levers on it here, 4 hydraulic ports in the front. In the back you can add attachments. You can add a 3-point hitch to this, and then you can attach to the transmission, put rear PTO on. You can run stuff like a rototiller, things like that off of here. Nice external brake setup with brake shoes in there on both sides. You have the individual brake pedals left and right, or you can flip this down in the middle, connect it, and then you just have one pedal to stop everything. High and low transmission with an actual real neutral. You put this up there to the rabbit setting and it's going to really move. You put it down to the turtle and it'll creep along. Hydrostatic control on the dash, nice and smooth, easy to operate. Differential lock. When you get stuck or it starts to spin, you push this down, it's going to lock the rear axles together and just keep plugging away. Real nice feature to have there. You can see they got an hour meter on the side of it. Side panels come off to make it easy to get into. There's a cooler down there for the hydrostatic oil. That's a nice addition right there. Help extend the life of the unit. Speaking of stuff like that, one of the things that brought a lot of these 420s to an early grave is the side panels weren't removed, so people wouldn't get in there and they wouldn't clean out the cooling fins that you can faintly see back there. We'll get a better picture of that later. These cooling fins on the engine, if you got a slight oil leak or just grass gets clogged up in them and the dirt starts to stick there and it builds up, the air can't go through it, so that'll just overheat the engine. And these Onans were known for overheating. Once those fins would get clogged up, and you would end up dropping a valve seat. And what would happen would be the valve would just end up pounding that valve seat into the cast aluminum block, because the valve seat would just come out of the block from all the heat. Would just do a number on that engine block and cause all kinds of destruction there. And they were fixable, but it was a bit costly and it could be a pain in the butt, and a lot of people just shied away from them because of that after that would happen. Then you can see down here you can add the shaft drive attachments to the front. Now this one has the electric PTO clutch, which the 400 does not have. Electric PTO clutch, but it's still belt driven with two belts down to the drive shaft. But it's got a nice strong belt tensioner on there, so you don't get any slippage. You can mow through the tall heavy grass, or put a snow blower on there and blow right through everything and not have to worry about burning your belts up. So just a well-designed, strong, heavy-duty, powerful tractor. Cub Cadet had an equivalent to this, the 920. You know, a lot of the same features. Hydraulics in the front, 20 horse Onan engine, shaft-driven hydrostatic tractor, individual brakes. Both of these tractors to me, it's a toss-up as to which one I'd prefer. Both really good tractors, both really good machines, both really well built, and of course, you know, when you're running the same engines, you're gonna have the same power, so not a whole lot of difference there. I'd probably go with the John Deere just because it's got a few more features like the high and low transmission and things like that, but to each their own. All right, so that's a look at the John Deere 420. This is my favorite garden tractor that John Deere ever made. Now you see some of the features on it and some of the items that it came with. Back in 1983, it was really ahead of its time and really a luxury tractor at that point. These things were several $1,000s back in, but you can see, I mean, this one's here, it's in good condition. They hold up and they hold their value. Really strong running tractors, and if you see one, now you know a little bit more about them.